Hi, I'm Nicole Kelly. I'm here at South by Southwest 2010 and I'm walking around doing interviews. I have 7 questions to take the mystery out of social media measurement.
So we're here with Maria, and we're going to go through the 7 questions with her. So first, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do and all that fun stuff.
Sure. So my name is Maria Ogneva. On Twitter, I go by the Maria, and I run social media for Biz360, which is a listening and monitoring and measurement platform for companies that use social media. So how do you actually figure out if your social media engagement is working? Well, we're one of the platforms that help you kind of keep tabs on what you're doing well so you can improve it. I manage the Twitter account, Facebook, blogger involvements, blogger relationships, all of that. All of the fun social media stuff.
So you probably really get social media measurement.
I do. I talk publicly about social media measurements, and I use our own tool to measure social media. So
Perfect.
That's a mouthful.
Yeah. So who is the primary audience that you're going after? Is it business to business or is it business to consumer?
Our audience is business to business. We service brands as well as agencies who monitor social media on behalf of their brands.
Okay. And which social media channels are you currently using to promote your own brand?
Pretty much all of them.
Okay.
We're very active on Twitter, on Facebook, LinkedIn. So we have our own group as well as participate in discussions that are raised by other groups or LinkedIn questions. Also forums, discussion groups, anywhere where I can, using my own software, pick up a conversation about social media measurement, about sentiment analysis. Whenever it makes sense, I become part of the conversation. Blogs, I'm extremely active on blogs. I, run our own company blog, as well as really getting involved because each blog is really a small community.
Right.
It's a small ecosystem, and as you come to different blogs to comment and kind of engage, you start to get to know people because they tend to gravitate towards the same kind of destinations online. So yeah, I mean, whenever there's a new tool, we'll always try to add it to the repertoire. Even events like Plancast, Meetup. Social media is wonderful for connecting online, but I think at the end of the day, we all want to drive communication to in-person. So to me, Twitter has really facilitated a lot of in-person relationships.
So if we looked at the primary focus of what you guys are trying to accomplish with social media, is it brand awareness, is it new customer acquisition, or is it customer retention, or a combination of all of those?
It's all of the above. What we help our customers do and by default help ourselves do, it's exactly that, because you have to understand when your customers are talking about you, or potential customers, when they're just kind of getting their feet wet in the industry. In my case, it's social media measurement. So whenever someone is evaluating a tool on Twitter and I hear about it, I try to be helpful and proactive and help, kind of guide them along and see if they have any questions, kind of like the big picture.
Right.
And then when it comes down to platform selection, I want to be there as well, helpful with a demo, and put them in touch with sales so they can actually finish the process. So acquisition is huge. You also want to always monitor your own brand name. Mm-hmm. So whenever someone says Biz360, whether it's in a positive context or less than positive, I always want to be there, to try to understand why people are saying what they're saying. Or sometimes, somebody would say, hi, I'm trying out Biz360 and, maybe another brand as well. And I always want to make sure that they don't have any questions kind of along the process.
Perfect. So with retention and acquisition, how are you measuring whether social media is effective at delivering the result that you're looking for?
Sure. There are a lot of things that we look at. Obviously, we look at our own platform. So I have a dashboard that I've set up where I kind of track mentions of us versus our competitors. So we always want to go up, and we have a chart that actually shows a trend. So we always want to be trending up and to the right. And we also look at the industry. Is the industry picking up a little bit more momentum? And social media monitoring has been so hot lately that each month I see the industry going up and up and up. So we want to definitely make sure that we're kind of following that trend, and even increasing more and more. We look at our own traffic, traffic to the blog. Whenever I tweet a link to a blog post that I've written, I always count Bitly Analytics. That's a URL shortener that comes with a very nifty analysis package. Traffic to the actual site, measuring, conversion, the standards that making sure that people are staying on the site and not clicking out, trying to figure out, is our copy relevant enough to keep people there and get them registered and seeing a demo. So we look at external metrics as well as internal sales. At the end of the day, it's all about, did we drive a sale? Right. So we do our best to connect via social CRM system. Every interaction that we have on Twitter, on Facebook, on the blog channel, can we kind of tie that back to a sale? Did that help us making a sale at the end of the day? So. Right.
What kind of, if your go-to metrics, when you come in every day, what kind of metrics are you looking at on a daily basis?
On a daily basis, I look at traffic. On a daily basis, I look at mentions and share of voice. I look at sentiment. One of the most helpful reports that I received through our own dashboard in terms of impact, what are the largest kind of bloggers that are talking about us and the industry that are driving the conversation, because that kind of helps me direct my activity towards that. It's not really a metric, but it's an engagement kind of funnel avenue.
Okay. And obviously you use your own tool, so why don't you tell us a little bit about what your tool is and how it works, and give people some information on that.
Sure. So Biz360, as I mentioned before, it's a listening, monitoring, and measurement platform. We have a flexible dashboard that you can create, populate it with reports as you choose. What I tend to look at every day, as I mentioned before, is share of voice. So I look at mentions across Twitter, or microblogs, as the channel is called, blogs, discussion forums, and discussion boards, online news, and I look at that for us and for all of our competitors, so I can make sure that we're getting a fair coverage, and that our coverage is always increasing. So coverage is huge. I also look at sentiment to understand how folks are feeling about us and about our competitors, so that's part of my dashboard as well as the top 10 most impactful blog conversations in a given day. So that way it's really easy for me to reach out and kind of have my task list for the day.
Okay, and you said that you're tracking through conversion. So how do you know if somebody's following you on Twitter, or they send you a tweet, or they posted it on your wall on Facebook? How do you know at the end of the day when they become a customer? Is that tracked through your system as well?
We track it through our systems. We also track it through Salesforce. At the end of the day, your system has to be able to talk to an existing CRM system that you've been using as part of your business. So we're actually, developing a way to plug into existing CRM systems. So yeah, a little bit of both. We track it through our own as well as the Salesforce.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much. We appreciate you taking the time to talk to us.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Okay, so now we need your help. I need you to go into the comments section, and I want you to add your thoughts. But while you're there, I need your help to rate these videos. You have 3 choices of how you want to rate them. The first, Houdini, all smoke and mirrors. Second, Miami Vice, pop that collar because they are definitely trend-setting. And finally, CSI, Crime Scene Investigator. Those people are so smart, they're measuring everything, there ain't nothing getting by them. So make your choice and put it in the comments. Thanks!